What's up, guys? We've got another live stream today, and I promise it's not a random driving around video with music in the background. Today, we have some really cool geckos that I've been waiting to hatch. These guys I've been waiting on. These are, I gotta clean this tub up, get it ready for the little hatchlings. I'm doing, sometimes I do 2 hatchlings in a 6-quart for the first few weeks to a month, and then I divide them into their own 6-quart until they get to 30 grams, and then we go to a 16, but I'm going to go ahead and just do a 6-quart for each from now on, especially with the super giants. And pretty much half of what I'm hatching this year is going to be super giant stuff, and they really need their own space, because these are geckos that hatch out, you know, and they're already close to 10 grams. In a month, they'll be at like 20 grams, and then they just explode from there. But it looks like I've got a really nice couple of Tremper albino Murphy patternless. These are super giants. They're both super giant to super giant, so totally super giant. And they are from my original pair from Ron. So these aren't from down the generation. This is from the original pair that I got in 2012. So my adults are 6 years old, still breeding. It's probably going to be the last year for the female, and probably the last year for the male, because he is getting a little aggressive. He just doesn't have time for anything. He's a very, very aggressive breeder. Extremely aggressive. But let's go ahead and set up these 2 tubs for the babies. So we'll go ahead like we do with our Select-A-Size paper towel. Fold it in half. Fold it in half again. Stick it down there. And we'll do the same with the other tub. We're going to wet it down really well. These guys are going to shed within the next 5 to 7 days. So you really want them to have a nice moist place. The thing about hatchlings is they'll catch on to the moist tide if you introduce it at an early age. A lot of geckos get shedding problems because it's not moist enough, or they just have really bad genetics. I believe the genetics play a role in a lot of things that have to do with behavior and all of that fun stuff. So we get the Gen Pack 2, we rip the little corner off, gives them a nice little hole to hide in. They feel safe and secure in there. And we do the same with the other one. And then we go ahead and we get our notebook, and TG 1807 is going to be the first one. I'm really behind this year. TG 1807 hatched 3/16/18, egg number 9009, temp sex female. So we always write the information right there. TG is in Thor Gecko. If it's another species, like the fat tails will always be FT. Thor Gecko, TG is just always going to be for the leopard geckos, just because that's what I started with. So TG 1808, hatched 03/16/18, egg number 010, temp sexed female. And of course H, and then the hatch date. That just tells me when it's all documented on my computer, I can search for a hatch date. If I remember, if somebody says, oh, I got this gecko from someone, they say that they got it from someone else who got it from someone else who got it from you, I can say, okay, well, give me the hatch date. So if they at least have that, because I doubt anybody's going to keep the identification number or the egg number, if they have the hatch date at least, I can find it, find the pictures of the gecko from when they were hatched to when I sold them, so they will look fairly similar to what it looks like in the pictures. And then I can tell them exactly what their gecko is. So 026 crossed to 027 SGTPA. SGTPA. So on the side of the tub, I will write the parents' numbers. Wow, that's a lot of water in there. Parents' numbers and what the project is. And then, of course, on the front, I'll write SGTPA so that I know that's what this is. So I'll write that on both. TPA 026 027 SGTPA, in case I ever forget. So, you know, if I have the hatch date, I can find the geckos, and then I'll have the egg numbers, and I'll have the barcode, or the identification number, and I will be able to tell them what the parents were, what the grandparents, the great-grandparents, and the whole family tree as far as I have it. A lot of geckos that I've got a family tree that goes back 8 years, and with like the total eclipse stuff, I've got a family tree that goes back to 2007. So that's just, you know, because Michelle at Rampant Reptiles was an amazing breeder who just took great care of genetics and lineage and stuff like that. And look at how gigantic these geckos are. These guys are huge. Huge. That's ridiculous. So we're going to go ahead and get one at a time. Oh, come on now. Look at how big that is. Look at that stripe going down its back. That's just awesome. So cool. So I'll put this other guy over here. So we got a stripe there. And the other one's a stripe, but the other one's mostly patternless, which is pretty crazy for a Murphy. Murphys often will have some kind of like camouflage pattern. And it's really cool to see these guys are so active. Being so active is just such a great sign. That means that they're very strong and healthy geckos. So of course now we're done with this suspension system. All the eggs are gone. We can go ahead and clean it and clear off the information on top. I'll probably go ahead and take a picture of this information just for my records. And then I'll wipe it clean and with the sanitizer and all of that. But yeah, these guys are so great. Just running around. So cool. What I'd really like to do is morph this into the Total Eclipse project. That would be probably a goal in the next few years once I have a nice enough colony. I did cross it a few years ago. Look at you, you're just so amazing, aren't you? I did cross it a few years ago, but nothing else came from it, so I do have an animal from that. That was like in 2015. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. End video.